The 2000s were full of scandal and drama between celebrities. Hilary Duff versus Lindsay Lohan, Team Edward versus Team Jacob, Tyra Banks and the whole American Next Top Model thing. The list goes on and on. My name is Kenzie Beccarella.
And I'm Andrew Lewis. It looks like our lovable 2000s actors are still beefing with each other. With the slap heard round the world between Will Smith and Chris Rock, we thought it would be fun to go through their 2000s movies. Whose side are you on?
That is so fetch.
I volunteer as tribute.
Where is my super suit? This is Sparta!
A princess? Shut up!
I will find you and I will kill you.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
Ooh-wee.
I didn't watch the Oscars, but I know about shit that happened at the Oscars.
I didn't watch it either, but as soon as it happened, the internet changed.
I think I was like watching TikTok on real time and just came up and I was like,
it
what?
took over the internet in less than 10 minutes. Like, I'm being serious. Every single post was a meme about it. And like, first of all, it's a brand new meme format, so it's huge for the internet. It's something we love new memes. We love new memes. When things happen and we can make memes out of them, we love it.
Well, you can put text over an image. Suddenly the world's your oyster.
Suddenly the world's your oyster. But I really can't believe that some people think it was fake and it was staged.
I think that it's the audacity of the situation that makes people believe it was staged.
It was wild.
Like, the after effects of it now, nobody can believe that. Like, why would Will Smith want to get this kind of celebrity? Like,
why? It's like a different world. It's
what's
like
that thing where they keep
a different
saying,
dimension.
Isn't there that saying where it's like, no press is bad press?
Yeah.
That's not for the situation, I don't think.
Well, like, also, people thought it was fake because they thought the Oscars cooked it up because their numbers are so bad. They wanted more people to watch it. So now next year, people are probably going to watch it because...
I think I read that user viewers went up by like 53% that night.
Yeah.
Because of this situation.
Yeah, and the numbers for the Oscars have been at all-time lows for the past couple of years.
Oh, yeah. They also held way too long in that situation.
Yeah.
Like, the minute somebody gets slapped, cut to commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't just wait there. And, like, nobody would be mad if it, like, a 5-minute Colgate commercial came on in the middle and be like, okay, let's take a break.
Well, he just assaulted someone on live television.
Yeah,
but let's look at Colgate.
Let's take a break. I know that it's also people are so divided on this issue, too. That's really becoming interesting. As somebody that, like, I generally don't really give a shit about this. But, like, I have my thoughts, and I know you have your thoughts.
Yeah, another thing, like, with it, people saying it was fake, why would Chris Rock agree to be slapped?
Yeah, unless he had, like...
That doesn't make any sense.
Like, some padding or cotton pad.
Well,
or some
there was
shit.
a picture, a close-up. There was a little... Like, he had, like, a pad on his eye.
Maybe he's just wrinkly.
But I think it was just makeup. I think he was just
old.
making a pad for makeup or something.
He's got layers of foundation, and that's just
And then
it.
also Will's, like, legit screaming, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth as loud as he could. People were like, oh, okay, this is real. This is real life right here. Like, this isn't staged.
My favorite part of the whole thing, because I had to go back and watch it because I didn't watch it live. I had to go back and be like, what the fuck you mean Will Smith smacked a bitch?
Yeah.
When I was going back at it, it's all of the other actors and actresses'
Oh my god,
reactions.
I have stuff written down about it because it was so goddamn funny.
Those are the best because they're all like, is this real? Is this not? Do we laugh?
The lady behind Will Smith, her name is Lupita Nyong'o. Nyong'o, I think her name is. I don't really know. I hope I didn't fuck that up.
You did.
But when she realized it wasn't staged was when Will started like saying like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, and her face was like, oh shit. Okay, what is about to happen right here?
I think, what was it? Zendaya and like Andrew Garfield immediately got on their phones.
Oh yeah, I didn't see Zendaya. I saw Andrew Garfield.
No,
got
I
directly
saw
on his
photos
phone.
of like them both like right after being like.
Did you see the picture of
online.
Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
That was so funny. Even that wasn't at that moment, but it was like earlier in the show, but still, it was still a priceless reaction. It was so funny.
I don't know. I kind of understand where Will was coming from.
Okay,
A
so
little bit.
we'll get into this.
Let me preface this. I don't think violence is really ever the answer unless like you got to, like self-defense.
Yeah.
But then like I also kind of understand like his wife, like he might have laughed a little bit in the beginning, but his wife's, when I saw her face, it was the immediate of fuck no. Like, she did not like that
Yeah,
joke at
she
all.
didn't like the joke. She was sort of just like, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah,
Fuck
like, I don't
that.
fault him wanting to, like, defend his family, like, that kind of aspect of, like, his wife kind of, because in my eyes, you know, she came out very candid about her alopecia, which is why
Yes.
she was
Yep.
bald, back in 2018. So it's been a few years, and if you're in the same, like, celebrity circle, like, it's a small world being a Hollywood celebrity, you kind of know it. Like, even I
Oh,
know
yeah,
it, and I
yeah.
don't follow celebrity shit at all.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand because Will laughed at the joke. So, like, he originally laughed at it, but then he changed his whole mood in, like, 2 seconds. I understand that happens. Honestly,
When
Will
you look over at somebody and you're like, oh shit, I'm not supposed to
he
be laughing.
probably also had a couple drinks in him because it was the Oscars. So, like, he could have been very, I don't want to say unstable emotionally, but the drinks or whatever could have helped him become more emotional really quick.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm sorry, Jada. Chris is a comedian. I'm Team Chris, obviously. She is Team Will.
Devil's advocate for Will. How about
But
that?
but Chris started out as a comedian, and what are comedians supposed to do?
They are supposed to make fun of society
Mm-hmm.
and to talk about things that are difficult to talk about in an entertaining and comedic way.
Exactly. They are supposed to talk about things that make people uncomfortable. They're supposed to joke about stuff that people are afraid to talk about. It's how, like, all the famous comedians, they have bad jokes. And obviously, from the reaction of the whole crowd, this joke missed.
Yeah.
This is a bomb of a
That
joke.
was my biggest issue of, like, you know, if you're Chris Rock and you've been doing this for so many decades, and, like, this is not even the first time that
Yeah.
people were like, you made a very poorly taste joke at the Oscars in a live event. Because, like, I was doing research because I was like, this, like, if Chris Rock has never made, like, a dumbass, I haven't really watched anything he's done, but I was like, if he's never really done, like, a dumb joke, then maybe, like, it's a little bit more passable of, like, he just has never gone in that territory. There was an Oscars where there were Asian children helping to bring on an award because one of the movies was primarily Asian American, and he called the Asian children, like little kids, accountants.
Oh,
And then when people were like booing at that, like maybe we don't call that, he said, and I quote, "If anyone is upset about that joke, you can tweet about it on your phone," which was also made by these kids.
damn.
Yeah, so like
Damn.
historically, when I was looking, I was like, you know, he's not the
But
best at like
I was about to say,
sussing that. But like, if you're on live television, just don't do anything that's kind of risky.
yeah,
at that
don't
point.
do anything that
If you're
can
sitting in
get
front
you
of all of
canceled.
your peers and
Yeah.
everybody in front of you, like maybe just do the funny knock knock joke
I don't-
instead.
But like, comedians push boundaries. They're supposed to do that.
I don't know if pushing the boundary on alopecia is the right thing to do, though.
But again,
It's not like it's because in my eyes, comedy and like is really good when it's making fun of societal standards or norms or like fucked up things like politics or like things like that everybody's kind of like, yeah, this is fucked up and we get to laugh about it. But like, there's nothing really funny about alopecia, especially like when the people talking about it are like, this literally destroyed my self-confidence. It took away what a lot of people think of as feminine beauty, which is our hair, like
Yep.
that kind of issue. I was like, that's not really like a poke fun at it kind of joke. And then like, you made fun of a man's wife when he's right next to you,
But then
and he's in the front row.
But even like I said, Will laughed at the alopecia joke. I'm sorry. It was I
wonder if he
thought it
laughed
was a
at it.
funny joke.
I wonder if he laughed at it because he was like, G.I. Jane, like maybe it was more of like her personality base. But then I think when it came to like when her face was like, oh, you're making fun of me because I can't grow my hair anymore. Like that was when he was like, oop, and
He was like, oh shit.
he had to man up and do the man thing of like defend my wife's honor. So
Yeah,
in that
but do it
aspect,
on
I
live
kind of-
TV.
Oh, I'm not
in
saying
front
that
of
like
all
he
of your
chose the.
peers.
That's my one thing, and I was like, I don't think you chose the appropriate time and place and taste for both of them. I think both of them, like, two wrongs don't make a right, and I
Yeah.
definitely believe that. But I was like, Chris Rock, don't say a dumb joke. Will Smith, like, do that internally, or like he could have, like, so many people are pointing out that like in his speeches he could have just been like, oh, like, I dedicate this to my wife who's been struggling with
Yep,
alopecia, and
yep.
like do the underhanded thing and make Chris Rock look extra dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
In like a better
But then
PR way.
he didn't say anything in his speech. He was just like, I'm a family man or something
He said,
like that.
I feel like I'm being called to defend my family, like something like that. So I was like, he kind of talked about it, but
yeah,
then like,
but still,
yeah,
you had the chance to talk about it, and I don't want to say apologize for your behavior like as it happened, but he had the chance to, but he didn't.
I know that he apologized on social media to
I think it was a day or two later.
yeah,
though.
like
that
the
was
day
the only
after.
problem.
Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
like, if you're that heated, don't talk to somebody right after it
Yeah,
happens. Like, take that time and take that space. And then like his wife did something where like it was a post that was like, "Now is the time for change." And
I
I'm
saw
here
that, yeah,
for
yeah,
it. And then I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay." But like their
I
family's kind
just-
of weird to begin with.
Okay,
I'm
so
like,
that's
"Eh."
something else I was about to get into. So first off, I think Jada needed to chill a little bit because she is one of the only celebrities that is like uber open, like super open about her love life and her relationship with Will Smith. She has the Red Table Talker, I think that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
table talks.
Yeah, exactly.
Red
She does
type
that. She the whole entanglement situation with her and her son's friend. First of all, that's a problem. Second, these jokes, like with this info out in the open for so long, you have to expect jokes. You're a celebrity. You have to expect jokes. You have to expect to be the butt of the joke sometimes. Yes, the alopecia joke was not in well taste. Like, that is not the direction Chris Rock should have went. But Chris Rock easily could have won this argument. All he had to say was, come talk to me in August. Do you get that?
No.
The friend that she had an entanglement with, his name is August Alsina.
That would have escalated the whole fucking situation.
It would have been funny as shit.
It would have been so much worse. That's why, like, sometimes I'm like, you can just just choose not. Just say no to dumb jokes. How about
Yeah, but the
that?
thing is,
If Chris Rock made me laugh, then I probably have a different idea. But I heard that joke and I went,
Oh, I laughed
like,
at it. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed at it. I thought it was funny. I'm not saying it's not fucked up, but it was funny.
I think just that type of humor is better when it's targeted not with somebody's direct name.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you can make fun of groups.
And
you
he
can
did
make
it
fun
in
of, like, godlike politicians. You can do, like, holier than thou, but, like, and apparently they've been beefing for a while.
I
It's
saw.
kinda like, don't bring your dirty laundry onto the fucking Oscars stage.
Yeah, in front of everybody.
Liza
Yeah, it
Minnelli
was
was on that stage. Don't fucking disrespect her. Okay?
very true. That was such a heartfelt between her and Lady
Lady
Gaga.
Gaga.
Oh my goodness, that was
That
so
was
cute.
amazing.
But back to this. I really think Chris handled this extremely well too, because he could have. Have you watched
Yeah,
it? Obviously.
I watched the whole thing.
He was like, it's a G.I. Jane joke, dude. And he was like, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And he was like, I will. And then he took a second. He was like, I could really end your fucking career right here, dude. All he had to do is, that family's so fucked up. If that was Dave Chappelle instead of Chris Rock, we would still be on a live stream of him roasting the fuck out of the Smith family. But he handled this very well. Very well.
I think certain parts maybe he handled it well. Like, he took the bitch like a champ. He did
took the
that.
slap.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, he just stood and he took it, and it was a slap, and at least it wasn't a punch.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I'm like,
it sounded
lady
loud
slap.
too, but also probably
He got
'cause of the
big ass
mic.
hands and two
Yeah.
mics, like a lapel right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it was kind of more of the issue of, okay, he kind of just like stood there in shock, which was, that part was funny. Was
Yeah.
him reacting to, I
was
got
like,
slapped
"Bro,
for a
what?"
joke. That was funny to me because it was him being like, what the fuck? And then like everybody in the audience was kind of like,
Yeah.
like that kind of like, to me that was kind of funny. But then like as a media person, I was like, cut this motherfucking show
Yeah,
right now.
cut.
Don't just
yeah.
keep it there. And he got away with swearing. Like, Will Smith got
Well,
away
they cut
with
they cut out the
swearing on it.
audio pretty quickly.
Yeah,
For
but it
the-
was like
yeah.
the video. At least you could be like, Chris Rock's like blatant ass like stoked ghost face, and then like, and we'll be right back with the 2022 Oscars.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm, yeah.
like somebody had to have something queued up. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna
Yeah.
do?
What
am
the
I gonna
fuck?
do?
What the fuck is going on right now?
Because you could have come back from that. I did like Amy's reaction when she came back though, and she was like, "What did I miss back there when I was getting
Oh
out
my
of my suit?"
goodness.
I kind of laughed when she was like, there's a different tension in the room now. Like, I
Yeah.
was kind of laughing at, like, see, that to me is kind of funny because you're making a joke of, like, a lot of people are involved with. But,
Yeah.
like, sometimes it's like, just keep my
Keep my
fucking
wife's
wife's name
out your
fucking
fucking mouth.
Like, that part, I was like, that kind of, I don't know how I would feel if, like, somebody was making a joke about me in public to my face and, like, my partner didn't do anything or, like, didn't even, like, try to reassure me or, like, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So, like, as a partner, I was like, it would be nice to have somebody defend
Yeah.
me, but like I'm not asking you to slap somebody.
Yeah,
on national
but
television.
in my head, like, so like this is the Oscars. Obviously, it's
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest events of the year. If this was just a comedy show and Chris Rock made that joke and someone came on stage and slapped him, that is immediate lawsuit right there.
I think somebody's looking like there's like because I was reading the papers about it and like articles. I think it's like LAPD like reached out and was like, if anybody wants to press charges, we will be here for
Which
that.
would be
like,
Chris technically.
yeah, like it would be like anybody can do that, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anybody's gonna press.
Chris still hasn't responded to Will's response, which I don't mind. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty not baller, but it's sort of just like, yeah, I don't need to respond.
He's done some dumb shit though, so it's not the first time he's been in this situation.
He's a comedian. He's supposed to push boundaries.
Yeah, but you're also supposed to be, what's the word? Funny. And if like most of the room is like, you're not funny, then you gotta.
How are you gonna know? How are you gonna know a joke is a miss until you say it? Okay, let's get moving into the movies.
I know.
of
I'm
both
so
of these
mad. Will
actors.
Smith was one of my fucking favorite actors, and he might still be because like I don't really give a shit about personal drama.
Well, honestly, Chris Rock was in a lot of the movies I liked as a child, like a lot. There's an honorable mention for mine,
Okay.
because this was in 1998, but Dr. Dolittle, he was Rodney the guinea pig.
Oh my god, that's right.
Literally my favorite character
You
from
just
that
pull
movie.
that name out of fucking nowhere. Yeah.
Rodney.
I like Dr. Dolittle. I was like, oh my god.
Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight.
He's a great like character voice.
Oh my
that
God,
I will give
so
him. Like
funny.
he's got such an iconic voice that it makes sense.
So that was the honorable mention. He's been in 30 movies since 2000.
So 2000 to like 2010 or
To now.
okay.
To now.
makes
He's
sense.
been in a good amount of movies. And he's actually got more popular around 2010 because he was in Grown Ups, which we'll get to that in a little bit. That's one of my favorite movies. But I don't. Did you see Osmosis Jones when you were young?
Yeah, the one where about like being sick and all that
I had
kinda
never
stuff.
watched it, but
Oh, okay.
apparently he was the voice of
Yeah.
Osmosis Jones.
He was the main guy.
Yeah, he was. It was animated, but still.
Yeah, it was animated, but then like also socially relevant.
But like everybody, I never watched Osmosis Jones, but I know the name. Like it's pretty iconic, quote unquote, I guess.
yeah,
He was in the Madagascar movies. He was Marty the zebra.
Marty.
I fucking love those movies. He has the iconic quote, "Sugar honey iced tea." I have to say, I started saying that when I was younger, not knowing what it meant, and my dad was like, "Knock it off, dude. I don't think you understand what that means." He was like, "Spell it out," and I was like, SHITO.
My little brain was just like pioneer woman recipes are really funny.
I would
right
be
now.
in school like, "Sugar honey iced tea."
And then every teacher's like, I don't really know how to discipline you for
Yeah.
that one. Because that's
I was like, "It's just a quote from
it's
a
just
movie."
like it's on my lunch tab. Or whatever, it's fine.
No, absolutely iconic movie. I can't. We're gonna have to do an episode for the Madagascar movies because the Penguins, completely
So many
different story.
movies, too.
Oh my God, Melman and Gloria's relationship, incredible. Melman might be one of my favorite characters,
I can see that.
just because
A
he's
little
just,
nervous, a little skittish.
he's like, I have to go to the doctor's.
Always taking pills. Self-diagnosing. He's WebMD's biggest endorsement.
He really is. He was the beginning of WebMD.
He's the WebMD sources him as a source.
He was also in the B movie. He was a minor part. He was just like a mosquito or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I figured we
I
talked
think
about
he was
that a
the
little
thing
bit
that's
ago.
like on
so.
the windshield or whatever. That's
Oh
dying
yeah,
with him.
yeah. He was. His name was Moose Blood the mosquito.
Yeah, he's the one that's like, don't fucking move or some shit like
Yeah,
that. Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
if they move, they wipe with the windshield wipers.
But then, like I said, 2010. This is when he got the new next level of fame with Grown Ups. I can almost recite both of them, Grown Ups 1 and Grown Ups 2.
The whole movie.
Almost. I can recite the second one almost full movie. First one, there's a couple spots where I can't.
Grown Ups for you is Cat in the Hat for me.
Yeah. So first of all, let's talk about this goddamn cast. Do you know how many famous people are in this movie?
Yeah, Adam Sandler's one of them.
Adam Sandler, Kevin James, David Spade, Chris Rock, Rob Schneider, Maya Rudolph.
Rob Schneider.
Yep.
I love that
Salma
man.
Hayek.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi. This is a big rip, but Cameron Boyce. Sad. Dan Patrick. Oh, Dayton alum. Let's go. He did go to Dayton. And then all of these are in the second one, but Shaq, Steve Austin, Taylor Lautner, David Henry from Wizards of Waverly Place, who's a frat kid, Andy Samberg, Taram Killiam, you know who he is? He's from SNL.
Okay.
And then Alexander Ludwig. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
He was Kato from Hunger Games. First
No,
of all,
I got
pretty
it.
fucking fire. Pretty hot.
I mean, it's an Adam Sandler movie. What are you gonna expect?
But okay, so first, Grown Ups 1. First of all, I never liked the daughter, China McClain. She had that show on Disney Channel, Ant Farm. Fucking hated that show. But then in the first one, he didn't really have. He had a lot of funny parts in the first one, but the second one, in my opinion, was better. But his comebacks with his mother-in-law, priceless, because she had the bunions.
I love that. I have a thing, and it's made out of corn. It's mostly maize, and they're like, "That's amazing."
That's amazing.
I think I say that every once in a while and just look around.
I do
to
it
see
all
if
the
anybody
time.
catches like, "That's amazing."
I do it all the time. That's amazing. But
that
then
relationship with the old woman, and fucking
his
mom
whole
shot,
with the mother-in-law,
I loved
incredible.
it.
You don't do anything anymore. Shut up. I don't got bunions, you do, or something like that. Some stupid shit.
The whole age difference.
Yeah, it's so funny.
relationship.
But that is a very accurate representation of a husband and his mother-in-law. Like that's what every husband wants to say to their mother-in-law. It's so funny. But then Grown Ups 2, it's the first scene. Do you remember when he was like, I just made this dish from I found it on Rachel Ray's fall season?
Yeah.
And then they're all just like
he's like the stay-at-home mom
Yep,
dad.
yep. And then she comes home and she's like, "What did Dad make for dinner?" And they're like, "Oh, this shit food." And she's like, "I got pizza." And he like throws the tray, and he's like, "Woman, what have you done for me?"
It's the gender norms that they play with.
It's
in that
so
movie.
funny. And then obviously the cliff jumping scene. You remember that?
Yes.
Incredible. First off,
But
David,
the ashes though was my favorite fucking, like, it gets all in their fucking face.
and then they
shit.
start eating the Kentucky Fried Chicken with the
Yes.
ashes on their
Yeah,
hands.
they're like, is this bad? Maybe a little bit.
But then the quotes after the characters jumped off the cliff, iconic. David Spade said to Kevin James, he was like, "I was inside you," because he landed on top of him.
Yeah.
So funny. And then one of my favorite ones, and this is Chris Rock, he says, "How come no one is afraid of a black guy anymore? Damn you, Obama." And I die laughing. And then also at the end of the movie at the party, he has a spot on Prince outfit. Spot fucking
yeah.
on.
I mean, if you have that much time to stay at home, you might as
You
well.
right, you right.
You might as well.
But then recently, since Grown Ups, he hasn't really been in much. He produces a couple things. He writes a couple things. Adam Sandler still had him back. He was in that Sandy Wexler movie in 2017. I didn't see
Yeah.
it, but he was in it. Okay, so I gave my reasons why I'm Team Chris, because he is legendary. Okay. All I have to say is Rodney from Dr. Dolittle, and I win.
I'm not fighting Chris
Do a
Rock
little
with
dance,
the movies because
Make a little love.
Will Smith, probably most known by being the Fresh Prince in the 90s,
Yep.
is one of the, like, I looked it up. In between 2000 and 2010, he was in 21 movies in a decade. So that's like,
It's pretty damn
that's
good.
pretty, like,
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's like 2 a year that
Yeah,
this man
that's
was
crazy.
pumping out.
Yeah.
And, like, there's even more since then. And then he got the Oscar. So, like,
Is that his first Oscar, too?
yeah.
The King Richard that
Mhm.
he accepted after punching Chris.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was even more of the irony of the night. But
Yeah.
he's been in such iconic movies and, like, movie series, like Men in Black, which the first one was, like, 1997, I think. But, like, the second and third ones are 2000s.
Yeah.
That's so fucking iconic.
Iconic movie. Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
So funny.
K&J, baby.
And then I think it is the second one with the little, like, they're aliens, obviously, but they're the
Yeah.
little things that, like, invade the apartment, and they're so funny.
the ones that, like, stick out their stomach. Like,
yeah,
they're walking, like,
fat asses.
the ones that working like pregnant ladies and drinking coffee and all that shit.
Yep,
My favorite scenes are always, other than Tommy Lee Jones, who's an amazing actor, I think.
love him.
He's so hilarious. The neuralizers or the neutralizers that they're like, they put their glasses on and then like
Yeah.
blind people and like rewire.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch any of the scenes where Will Smith has to do that,
Yeah.
it's the funniest fucking shit.
Why?
Because I can tell that most of it is just him riffing. Because he also, like, takes those moments.
Yeah.
So if he's in a group setting, so like there's one part where he's on a train and there's like a fucking giant space worm or so eating the train and nobody's listening to him. And he's like, "Can we move to the other side of the train?" And like nobody's listening. At the very end, after he saves everybody, he like clicks the thing and he's like, "Okay, you guys are gonna learn to be more respectful of people when they're telling you to do things. You guys are ignorant and you don't listen to shit and like that kind of stuff." And then he goes, and like they're all
So he
like
just
staring at him.
roasts them.
Yeah, and then like he just clicks it again and goes, "Thank you for being part of the New York City Metro train station's new trial for our anti-energy, blah, 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 blah." Like, goes back to fix it. So he, like, rants at people because they're never going to remember. And I think it's the funniest
Yeah, that is
fucking
pretty funny
thing.
because he's pretty much just saying, like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. I think Will Smith's biggest draws to him as an actor is that he was charismatic. That he has, he is charismatic. Like, he has that,
You
like,
say that weird.
charismatic.
Charismatic.
How do you
it's
say it?
charismatic.
But, like, he's one of those, like, he's got this swagger to him that I think
Yeah.
a lot of people really like that he brings into every role. But there's a scene where he's working with Tommy Lee Jones and they're looking for keys and, like, a secret thing.
Yeah.
And he has, like, this, like, he's very, like, physically funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, he sees this painting. He's like, "Okay, the painting is pointing at," and he's, like, smushing himself against a wall, like, looking, and then he goes, "Oh, it is pointing to this point, and, like, this painting that's also pointing here," and, like, goes, like, this whole rabbit hole. And it's shown, like, right as he leaves the first one, the painting was just pointing at, like, a little tack that has keys on it. It's the same color of the wall. Like, that kind of stuff where, like, he's going the extra mile, and at the end he's like, "Sardines and olive oil, that's what it is." And, like, the guy's like, "No."
Keys are right
Yeah,
there.
like, right there. Like,
That's
those kind of,
hilarious.
like, that funny. He's also done a lot of, like, sci-fi and thriller and rom-com work,
Yes,
too.
he has.
Like, do you remember iRobot?
I never watched it, but yes, I do remember.
Okay,
it.
iRobot came out in 2004.
Okay.
And in it, Will plays a character in a world that's, like, has a bunch of robots and androids, like, that kind of stuff.
I was guessing with the title, yes.
It's got robots. And he's, like, part robot himself. And, like, that's the big reveal is, like, he's got, like, limbs or stuff that was blown off and, like, replaced with. But, like, it scared the shit out of me because it came out in 2004. I was 4 years old. I was watching it over my cousin's shoulder. They were sitting in the living room watching it on a Mac, one of those giant computers that we had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the ones where like it's got a whole back and a little stand so that it stands up.
Yes.
So
yes.
they were watching it on that, and I walked in and I was like, "What are you guys watching?" They're like, "Oh, it's a Will Smith movie." Like they're like 10 years older than me, so like they can watch it. It's
Yeah.
fine. I should not have been
and you were
watching
just
it.
like, robots.
And seeing like these horribly animated, like scary face, like long
Yeah.
face, like some like kind of translucent white bodies. I was terrified of robots. I
Yeah,
think for
robot-
like 12 years after that.
That sounds like very similar to me watching the Thriller music video when I was younger. I was terrified of zombies.
You're like, this boogie down. This is just really terrifying.
I had legit nightmares for years from the Thriller music video. I still can't watch the music video.
I was just terrified of robots, but like even in that movie, Will Smith is like a good action man. Like they kind of do like some riffs off the Matrix, where like he's shooting two guns in slow motion, jumping off of like
Oh,
shit.
okay, yeah.
And like Will Smith in all of these movies, I've just learned that Will Smith has the most iconic yell
Oh,
to him. Like the timbre or like whatever it is about his voice when he's yelling is fucking funny as
It
hell.
is.
And it's so like you could pinpoint it a mile away.
Will Smith is just iconic. Like I'm not saying he's not. He is awesome. I fucking love Will Smith. I just think he overreacted a little bit.
Well, did you like him in Hitch?
Another one I did not watch, and I thought it was Hitched.
It's Hitch because his last name is like Hitch something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's about like he's like a dating guru who like is teaching Kevin James, one of the
Wait.
actors, how to date.
What was the movie where he was like with the dog and it was like dystopian?
It's I Am Legend.
That's the one I was thinking
Yeah.
of. I thought that was Hitch.
No, it's no.
Wait,
Hitch-
what's the one he's like a superhero? Is that I Am
That's
Legend?
a different one.
There's
that's
another one
not
where
I
he
Am
like
Legend.
grows into a giant. I remember
Yeah,
that.
where he's like the drunkard that's a superhero.
Yeah.
that's a
Shoot.
different movie.
Okay. I thought
That's
that was Hitched.
Hitchcock. That's
Wait,
different.
Wait a second. What? He's
Yeah.
in a movie called Hitch and then Hitchcock.
Yeah.
And they're different movies.
Yeah, one's a rom-com. One's talking about a drunk superhero.
An alcoholic superhero.
Yeah, like, but Hitch was great because it is Kevin James, and he's basically like a date doctor. His character's name is Alec Hitchkins, so that's why it's
Hitchkins,
called
okay.
Hitch,
Mhm.
or like hit, like that kind of play on words.
Yeah.
He is teaching Kevin James how to like woo a lady, and then like he's also trying to do like his own like wooing of a lady and like all that stuff. But like he's like the love doctor kind of shit,
Yeah.
which is really funny. But it also made $360 million
Holy shit.
worldwide.
Oh,
It is
God.
his third highest grossing romantic comedy of all time.
I wonder if like his romantic comedies are making more money than like Men in Black. Probably not.
I don't know, because Men in Black is a whole franchise now.
Yeah, Men in Black is just, it's huge.
But yeah, and then I Am Legend was his fourth highest grossing movie in his career,
Okay.
money wise. But it was also like, that was the one with the dog, where like the dog ends up like saving his life. Like it's just him and the dog alone.
He has to kill
and,
the
like,
dog
the
because
aliens
his
and all
dog
that
gets
stuff.
the
Yeah.
dog gets bit by the zombie.
Yep, the saddest part in the whole fucking movie. But I liked Will Smith. I think they're both really good actors. Maybe Chris Rock is more of like purely comedy. Like that's his whole wheelhouse.
He started as a stand-up comedian in the 90s, so that's what he's used to.
He's
He didn't-
still doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
though,
he is.
so, yeah.
He started as a stand-up, not as an actor. I think Will Smith started as an actor, and if not, maybe a rapper, because he did have a rap career. He definitely has a rap career.
Probably. I think Will Smith never really dabbled in any of that stuff. He was just making movies. He even produced movies, and then like started doing it for like his daughter and son and
Those two.
all that. Yeah,
I was going to talk
I
about
whip
Willow
my
Smith
hair
real
back
quick.
And forth, I whip my hair.
Willow Smith, the only thing I have to say about her is just look at her Wikipedia page. Look at the picture on her Wikipedia page. I will show you right now. I have it ready. I'm sorry.
What?
That is both of her nipples.
What is
out and
happening?
open.
Is
Out
that
in
a
the
shirt?
open.
That's a shirt though.
That is not
That's
a
a shirt with a picture.
That is not a shirt.
That's a shirt with a picture.
That is one
gotta be.
real...
She was performing in Washington, D.C. I'm clicking it. I'm clicking the link. No, that just took me to Washington, D.C. I already know about that. I want to source this photo.
That is a tit. No, but like I said, I can't hate Will Smith. I love Will Smith. He's in some of my favorite movies. Like, this isn't 2000s, but Independence Day, iconic. Oh my goodness.
But he's been in so many
No.
movies. I think he's going to come back from this.
Oh, I'm not saying he's not going to.
Like, this
but
is going to be gone in like 2 weeks. We'll focus more on the war. And then, like,
I don't know.
we'll work
I don't know.
on it.
Maybe Ukraine's gonna win soon.
Let's hope.
They're
I'm
looking
fucking
like
done.
it.
I'm fucking done.
No, but like I said, I'm picking Team Chris because he's a comedian.
You're Team
Will-
Chris right now, but then when Will Smith comes out with
Will-
another movie, you'll be like, I'm going to go watch it.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna ever watch Will Smith again, but like he overreacted to a joke. He probably had a couple drinks in him. He let his emotions get a hold of him, and he slapped the host of one of the presenters on the Oscars, which is outrageous.
I think both of them are in the wrong.
I
I think
can't-
we can agree that both of them
Oh,
were like,
yeah.
you made a weird
The
whack-ass
joke
decision.
was pretty fucked up, but also Will definitely could have just been like, "Meet me after the show. I'll see you after the show."
Yeah, like maybe glared at him or some
I
shit,
bet.
like made like a gesture.
And
or
if he was gonna
something.
yell, don't yell. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. Say, "I'll see you after the show. I'll see you backstage."
that would be more threatening.
That
than
would
a
be,
smack
that would
in
be
the face.
hilarious.
That would be.
That would have been amazing.
Can you? Will Smith's a fucking big ass dude.
Yeah, but you think Chris Rock
He's
can't hold
big.
his own?
I don't know. I've seen that man. He's
I
kind
don't know.
of weak looking.
I don't know. I
He
think
also,
it would be.
he's looking a little more frail these days.
He is
than
looking
Will.
older.
Will Smith is Asian. Like he's not even aging anymore. He's kind of like the same fucking face.
Yeah, Chris Rock. He did look pretty. He looked
He
old.
looked old.
Yeah, he did.
Just call me Chris Rock. Calling.
Hey, let me come over and smack you.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and let us know whose team are you on.
Team Chris, all the way.
Thank you, and this was That's So 2000s. Like, if you ever catch me at home majority of the day, I'm doing shit you never imagined. Joanne's Craft Store's my bitch.
Joanne Craft Store.
Joanne's. Joanne's Craft Store.
I've never heard of that. I'm being
What?
serious.
You've never heard of Joanne's?
No, I've heard of like Michael's.